Welcome, Taurus Gemini, to your beginning of the month reading for March. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. And remember, friends, if this doesn't resonate with you, you can watch your regular sign or your rising moon or Venus. Okay, straight in here for you. What's going on with beautiful Taurus Gemini? And I did add a meditation channel for those of you who want to listen to the meditation videos. You can find the link down below in the description area underneath this video. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. This message please for Taurus Gemini. Having a little bit of burdens in the beginning of the month. Feels like you're very determined to get something done, but there is definitely something that's weighing on you right now. There we go. So having this weighing on you, but you're definitely determined to move and shake and get everything done. So I like that energy. Not giving up at all. Doesn't matter how much weight you have on your shoulders, you are determined to get this accomplished no matter what it is. And even if it's someone who is giving you a burden, it just feels like you're going to work your way right through it. Okay, so let's see what's going on over here. Clarifying on this card not only clarifies on it, but the entire reading. This message, please, for 10 of Wands is actually the chakra coming out. Having some chakras coming out. So this is talking about where your stability is, right? So this has everything to do with how you're going to get your stability, whether it's your security, your job, the security of your home, whatever it is, right? Where you're going to be prosperous. I'm really feeling that vitality, but saying, I have this and I have to do this so that I can keep it. Okay. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the present, the recent past, and the near future. There's something that is a teaching moment. So it could be literally a teaching and learning. So you could say, well, you know, I'll teach you about how to do this, and maybe you'll learn. Maybe you feel like it is teaching you a lesson. So it does feel like there is some kind of teaching moment over here. In the recent past, it was something you were definitely refusing to see. You didn't want to see that this was actually going this way. Maybe you were trying to blindside yourself from the situation, thinking that if I overpower it, it won't happen. You know, hey, I can take control of this situation, but I think the situation was a little bigger than yourself at that time. So it ended up becoming a burden. And having a third eye come out again. So having some chakras coming out over here, my friends. Now you can clearly see the situation and being able to move past that. And as your intuition starts opening and you're getting more clear about the situation, you definitely will get that stability that you are looking for in fixing this situation in itself. I'm going under the refusal to see over here. Maybe you're dealing also with an Aquarius who has the refusal to see the situation at hand. Maybe they're refusing to see how much work you're putting into the situation. Awaiting results in the recent past. As you're teaching, you are definitely rebuilding the situation, but then there's this opening up. So maybe they have to open up to see clearly, or maybe you need to open up to them to make them understand what the situation really is at hand. So let's see what's going on in the recent past. Not going to stay there very long, but no matter what it was refusing to see the situation for what it was, or how it was going to go. Yeah. There is definitely a separation on what is going on within this situation. Maybe somebody didn't refuse to see that there was a separation coming. Maybe they were hoping that it would all work out, determined to make this work. Yeah, could be definitely dealing with an Aquarius. There's that Aquarius again. Through the communication, maybe it was Aquarius. Maybe they thought they could hold on tight to you. If it's not an Aquarius, could be a Cancer. And maybe they did think that they could hold on tight to this through some kind of communication. Or maybe they were refusing to see that if they didn't communicate, it wasn't going to work. Take it how it resonates, but there was definitely some kind of awaiting a result, but they just weren't traveling towards you, or you were not going to travel towards them. So however this is working, it has become more of a burden than anything. And it is definitely because somebody doesn't see that it's over. Somebody's trying to hold tight to something and make it worse than it is. It's almost like you're trying to teach them, trying to make them understand. Teaching could be understanding. If you would just listen to what I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell you that we want to rebuild this. They want to rebuild this. I do think so. They're trying to travel towards you. They're trying to say that you are everything that they want. But it just feels like the more that they're trying to travel towards you, the more they're making a tower than actually fixing the situation. So how are we going to get stable within this situation if the way you're traveling towards me? It does feel like, they are trying to, that is kind of weird, guys, because it's like they're trying to fix this, but like I said, it's just more of a hassle trying to rebuild this. And I do feel like you're determined to say, look, okay, this is the way it could be, but you're not. If they're not going to open up emotionally to you, how are you going to fix the situation? Right? And I think that's the biggest thing. Hey, if you're going to travel towards me, you need to learn how to open up your emotions. You need to understand more compassion. You need to be more passionate with me. So I would say, yeah, trying to fix that is kind of a hassle. They don't have the responsibility that you would like for them to have, or the responsibility of the relationship the way you're taking on responsibility. So it does feel like they feel like towards Gemini, like you keep kind of taking their sword away from them. But you're saying it's just because your sword is so small, you're not getting it. You're not learning what I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, I'm going to take your sword away because you're not getting it. So it's almost like the more they kind of push towards you, but there's no compassion and there's no true understanding, the more you just kind of step on their toes a little bit. They know that too. It's like they're holding in their emotions and they're secretly holding back. With the moon upside down, it's saying, yeah, I'm holding these secrets. I'm holding these emotions back. I'm not going to let you actually see me be the emotional person I want. And you're saying, well, if you're not going to do that, then what are we fighting for? And that's really what it is. And how are we going to find this stability? Because you're refusing to see how you're separating yourself from me by not showing me the love. Yeah, there it is. Causing more painstaking error by holding back the compassion and understanding, then it's, then it's worth. So in the present right now, it's like they're moving, but they're not moving the way you want them to. So they got you into crossroads in the present over here. You're definitely going to feel like you're in an impasse with this situation, because now it's become this hassle that almost to the point towards like, is it worth moving these? Is it worth even trying anymore? Because they cause just insomnia and they just cause you to have a lot of heartache. It's very disheartening in its own way. It's disharmony as well. Yeah, they just don't seem to be really putting. I think the point here is in the present is they're just not putting forth the effort. Why are they so insecure about showing their emotions? Why are they hiding out so much, right? I just think it comes to to the conclusion that if you can't really open your heart up to me and your feelings up to me, then we really don't have anything, right? So it's kind of like feeling like you're wronged and hurt about the situation with the moon upside down in its own way as well. You know, it's almost like you might even be thinking, there's more fish in the sea. Why am I dealing with this behavior? If they're not going to own up to showing me any kind of love or who they truly are on an emotional side, why am I sitting here? So it could make you even a little dark about the situation on what to even do and what choice to do. And that's where you kind of get into the crossroads over here. And it's like, oh, how long am I going to wait? Look, you were kind of in the waiting game over here in the recent past. Now here you are again with the Temperance upside down. And I'm in the waiting game again, waiting to see if you're actually going to come towards me and do what's right. But no, instead they want to keep you at a crossroads. They're not traveling towards you, you know, and it's to the point where it makes you kind of feel like, well, maybe I'm done. So in the present right now, you could be thinking that you might be done with this situation. The lack of empathy is causing this rift within the relationship. They don't have any empathy. They don't have any compassion. You know, you're starting to stop and consider, you know, what it is you need for yourself. Now, usually it's stopping to consider what the needs of your partner is. And maybe that's exactly what it's saying. Maybe they need to stop and consider what your needs are, right, within the relationship. Because you want them to pay attention, listen, be more sensitive, be more caring, more compassionate, excuse me. So I'm starting to think, hey, you know what? There is more room for improvement if they would actually take the stand to do so. But it feels like they're not going to. So I don't know how long you're going to have to wait for that. So with the third eye chakra over here, you're coming to the understanding that you are still waiting for them to open up. It feels like you're going to open up a little bit of your own compassion, even more so than you have. Maybe you're doing it to try to open them up. Taking on more strength within the situation, but the overwhelming circumstances of the Empress over here is that now you are going to play Empress. You're going to show them this over-nurturing thing. Is that going to work, though? If you show them over-nurturing and really bring out that Taurian energy of this true passion and this true nurturing, is that going to work, or is it just going to kill it? Is it actually going to open them up? Let's see. Bringing in the stability. Hey, there we go there. Bringing in the stability. And it actually is making them think. Wow. Huh. It is making them actually think if they want to, you know, plant the seeds with you. My gosh, you guys, you know, I'm seeing this, that you're the Empress and they're the Emperor. There is this soulmate connection. I mean, you guys, and it's kind of crazy because the way that the Seven of Pentacles fell on top of the Empress and the Emperor is saying this card is good for both. So your person is the Emperor, you're the Empress, male or female, doesn't matter, right? The point is that as you're planting these seeds of nurturing, you're actually making them see whether or not, you know, they want to plant seeds. Do I want to open up? Do I really want to, you know, show them? Or if I'm just going to be this Mr. Tough guy, right? Or girl, however it is. But it's also kind of telling me, though, too, in the near future, almost like, okay, look, but if they don't invest their time in trying to even do this, what's that going to do, right? Yeah, because I'm not going to sit in the Eight of Swords anymore. So it does kind of have you Eight of Swords, even though you are investing all this extra empathy and all this extra nurturing towards them. You still got it in your head a little bit, because I think there is this thing that's saying, well, if they don't do this, I'm cold shouldering them. That's it. I'm not going to pay attention to them anymore. You're not going to get this from me anymore, because now I've overwhelmed myself. I'm overdoing it. To, you know, do that. But how are they doing it? Because they're saying, oh, I see what you're doing over here. You're throwing all this, you know, all this love and stuff. Should I take that? Should I grow seeds off this? Will they open up? Clarify on the Emperor. I mean, they want to sit over there all, you know, doing what they're doing. They are focusing on that. They're focusing. They're actually taking the attention. You're going to have to give everything you've got. Yeah, because they said they're not going to let go of the situation. They're going to hold tight to all of everything you're giving them. So all of a sudden, now you have their full attention. Yeah, definitely got their full attention. You just don't know if they want to actually. They may have skeletons in the closet for some of you, and they just don't want to give that kind of attention back. They don't want to share, or they don't really know how, for some of you. For some of you, they think that they're supposed to be your knight in shining armor, and they don't know how to be that. Really? That's really what I'm seeing. The truth is it feels like Taurus Gemini wants a knight in shining armor, and I don't know how to be that person. I don't know how to emotionally really give them what they really want. I am focused, and I am really paying attention, and I don't want to let go of this relationship. But the truth is I'm not their knight in shining armor. I'm not what they want me to be. I can't give back that kind of passion or compassion. It's almost like they're saying, you want a water sign and I'm not it. But seriously, that's what it looks like. It looks like they're saying, you want more from me than I can actually give to you. I'm not that type of person. I'm more of a fast and steady person, a person who talks and, I'm a talker. I go this way. And you want somebody who wants to emotionally open up, and I'm not going to emotionally open up to you. So they are taking everything you want. But if you guys are looking for that overly emotional side, they're saying they don't do that. I'm telling you, they don't. And they don't want you to do that either, because a lot of them might think that you're trying to control them and drive them to a wedge between the two of you just for opening up for more compassion. So others think that they're overcompensating for the emotional lack, and that's what you're thinking, right? But they think you're trying to make it go too much. They are trying to risk it. I mean, they are, but they're not. Wow, it's like they are, but they're not. So I think that they can only give so much, Taurus Gemini, but what you're really looking for is not going to be there. They don't have that kind of compassion and empathy. So if you're really looking for this over maybe romantic type of person, and you really want the romance, and you want all the, candles in the bathtub and the bubbles, and let's go on this date and be really romantic, that's for some of you. They don't know how to do that, and that's not a part of their personification. They just don't do that. And they're really saying it over here. You may be overcompensating for my lack of empathy, but, it only can go so far. I'll take the leap of faith and try to risk as much as I can when it comes to being that way, but I can't give you the full enchilada that you might be looking for. So if you really are looking for this deeper connection with someone, that is just not going, this person cannot give that to you. Yeah. In fact, if anything, it kind of pushes them away a little bit more the more you keep trying to push at them. But you definitely do have them focused on this. But it just feels like the more that you push towards having this type of relationship, the more you kind of push them into a corner and they want to escape. So if you feel like this person has, for some of you, it feels like they have come back. So if you start seeing that everything's going good, but then all of a sudden they start escaping you, it might be because you're pushing too hard on them, because they don't like that. They feel it's kind of conflict of interest for the way that they are, right? So it's a very interesting thing, and being a Taurus Gemini, that's a big love interest right there, and that's definitely wanting someone very compassionate and very loving. That this person can't really give you that type of thing, and it looks like they were refusing to see how how a relationship is supposed to be, and they don't have that. Very interesting, very interesting. They're very lack of emotion when it comes to that type of area. Okay, so they're that's why they're pushing, that's why they could be pushing back on you now, and they're going to push back on you in the future as well. Because they feel like, okay, look, I tried to open up, I tried to do what you wanted me to do, but now you're pushing on me again. So then they're going to back off again. So they might go into hiding. They may stop texting. They might kind of take off on you because you're pushing too hard. Okay. Kind of interesting. People are just not lovey-dovey. Okay, let's Let's get a daily healing card over here for you, my friends. Ooh, a beautiful one. What is it? Always look for the good, even in the most difficult situations. So instead of pushing so hard for them to be overly emotional and try to open them up on this passionate level, just try to look at them and look at the good within them and nurture what they have. And that will make those difficult situations of you looking for that, if you know, into a better situation, which will keep them from not wanting to run and hide, or you know what I mean. That will keep them around, having better kind of understanding and within the solution and making that better solution. Okay, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye bye.